Hi, I'm Weston. I love talking about the Rangers, and I'm here to talk about Game 3 of the Eastern Conference semifinals, where the Rangers win 3-2 in overtime over the Carolina Hurricanes and take another dominating 3-0 series lead. The New York Rangers have won 7 games in a row to start the playoffs. They've won 7 games in a row to start the playoffs. And I'm reminded of another team that I cheer for that won 7 games in a row to start a playoff, and that ended pretty well for them. And I will say, the similarities that I feel between this Rangers team and that Astros team. And I know that I say that, and a lot of Rangers fans are probably going to shudder and say, why would you bring them up to us? And I would say, bright side, bodes very well for the Rangers. Because I did not feel that team played a good game until like the 7th or 8th game. Actually, the 9th. This Rangers team, they've played well. They've had some really good games. I don't know that they've played great yet. I don't think they've lived up to their potential yet. I don't think they've hit their peak yet. I think lines have. That Panarin line, dude. That Panarin line is unbelievable. I think the PK is unbelievable. Shesterkin is borderline unbeatable right now. But as a unit, as a top-to-bottom team, as a 6-man defensive pair, 12-man forward group, and Shesterkin all together, I don't think they've hit their ceiling yet. And they're 7-0, about on the precipice of pulling off back-to-back sweeps to start the playoffs. And I think they can get better. Carolina in the past 2 games has thrown the best punches they could, and they didn't land either of them. They threw everything at Shesterkin in Game 2, and he weathered it. Tonight, I think a lot of people will look at the shots and simply point to, they blew the Rangers off the ice. I thought the Rangers played a really good game. I thought this was, again, not quite great. I thought they played really well. I don't think 47-25 is totally fair. The Canes were playing desperate hockey. They were playing, oh my God, we have to win. Because I understand that Game 3 is not an elimination. But it is, when you're down in a series 2-0, you're not eliminated when you lose Game 3, but you are a non-win away from being over, or from being out. Because the list of teams to come back from 3-0, you could count on a hand. You could count on a cartoon hand that only have 4 fingers because one of them's missing. Which finger is missing, by the way? Is it the pinky? Did they just not have pinky fingers in that? They have ring fingers and middle fingers and index, or I've always wondered about that. Anyway, the actual thing that matters. It's happened 4 times. And nothing's impossible, but dude, they have to throw everything they had at them. I thought the Rangers did a great job limiting it pretty much all to the outside. And especially down the end there in the 3rd period, it was just everything they could. They did not want to go to overtime against the Rangers. But then, when they scored to make it 2-1, they had to go to overtime. They had to try. They threw everything. Whether it was a quality chance, and especially when it wasn't, they just threw it on and hoped something sticked. Or would stick. And they had 2 things that would stick. But it wasn't enough. The Canes got on the board first in this game. You had a Jake Gensel goal. Really nice tip in front. Puts them up 1-0 in the first period. They outshot the Rangers, I want to say, 17-8 in the first period. But again, it felt like they outplayed them, but not like that. Because any shot they had, they threw to the net. A lot of them were just harmless saves that Shesterkin swallowed up in his chest. Not to undercut what Shesterkin did. Stopped 45 of 47 tonight. Stopped 55 of 58 the night or the game previous. Unbelievable what Shesterkin has done these past 2 games. He is back and maybe better than he's ever been. Like, back in debatably better than 2021-22 form when he won the Vezina. He looks almost unbeatable. And their goals tonight were a tip-in that was just hard to defend against, and the, oh my god, bloody murder desperation, plus a broken play with their net empty, 6-on-5 with like 2 minutes left. But how do you get to where they're having to do that? Well, the Rangers get a goal in the second period. Short-handed Chris Kreider, beautiful pass from Mika Zibanejad. I want to say he now has 12 points in the postseason. Mika Zibanejad is unbelievable right now. He puts the Rangers, or ties the game, puts the Rangers on the board. And now, if I'm not mistaken, the Rangers have outscored the Canes on the power play. Not the Rangers' power play has outscored the Canes, even though they very much have. The Rangers' power play, aside from tonight, has looked unbelievable. The Rangers have a short-handed goal. They might even have 2, and I don't believe the Canes have yet gotten a power play goal. And that Kreider goal, they could have had 3 on that penalty kill. They easily could have had 3. Like, the Rangers' penalty kill might, if they can continue it on, and I'm not saying at this pace, but if they can do the thing this year, that is going to be one of the most historically great penalty kills, and debatably a penalty kill that people are going to be using as a measuring stick for the rest of time. Their PK has been unbelievable in these playoffs. So you get a tie game out of the second, you go to the third. What do you get? Unbelievable snipe from Alexis Lafreniere, his third of the playoffs. He has 3 in 2 games now. He's cooking. That line is cooking. The Rangers have a 2-1 lead. And Lafreniere now with 9 points on the season, postseason, in 7 games. Over a point per game for Lafreniere in these playoffs. Holy crap, dude. Holy crap. That's awesome. He and Panarin both have 9 points. They're special right now, man. They're just simply special. But you have him put him up 2-1. Then Canes with an empty net. Madness in front. Sebastian Aho's stick breaks. I think it trips Adam Fox and he falls into Vincent Trocheck. Even more madness in front. Shot by Svechnikov. Scores 2-2. And like, Shesterkin was outstanding aside from that. I can't even get mad at the defense. That was just a very, very unfortunate play. And sometimes it happens. You eventually get to overtime. It's sent in for a forecheck from Lafreniere. Overplayed by the Canes. Bounces to Trocheck. Pass. Beautiful deflection between the legs for Artemi Panarin. And through Peter Kochetkov. Rangers win in overtime. 3-2. 3-0 series lead. And I'm without words. Because what can you possibly say about a team that's 7-0 to start the playoffs? They look unbelievable. And they feel special. They just feel special. Shesterkin looks as good as he ever has. Maybe the best he's ever looked. Maybe the best 2-game stretch of his entire NHL career. They're on 7-game winning streak. Like, do you understand the stories that would be made about the Rangers if they were on a 7-game win streak in the regular season? They're doing it in the playoffs! Lafreniere's over a point a game. Trocheck's well over a point a game. Panarin's over a point a game. Zibanejad's one of the top leading scorers in the playoffs. Across the playoffs. Kreider looks great again. Playoff Kreids is here. The defense tonight, and I'll say this is one thing that definitely irritated me a little bit, seeing some of the discourse about this game, talking about how, the Rangers, They gave up so many shots. They didn't deserve to win this game. I find it fascinating that when the Toronto Maple Leafs, or excuse me, when the Boston Bruins play a defensive game that allows Toronto to get quite a few shots, but they're all from the perimeter. They're all from great distance and very low danger. They are heralded as these brilliant masterminds who schemed and outfoxed Toronto to beat themselves. But when the Rangers do it, they're illegitimate wins. Find that fascinating. Fascinating thing right there. Just pointing it out. File it under the category of I think it's funny how. And like you can see it on their face. I don't think the Canes win game 4. I think it ends. I could be wrong, but you watch their reactions following the game, you watch the Rangers following it, and they just... This wasn't game 2, where it was all the build-up into the second OT period. It just looked like it was another day at the office for them. They celebrated, they celebrated hard, but it just seemed like it was another day. And I don't know that they can stave off elimination in game 4. I don't know how without confidence, how kind of broken and beat down like they are right now, I don't know how they could go out and beat Igor Shesterkin. That is a really good thing to be able to say again. Game 4 Saturday, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'll be here afterwards to talk about it. But as for right now, that is all I have to say. So if you enjoyed this video, please consider to like and subscribe. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all have an absolutely fantastic day, and as always, go Rangers.